What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make FNAF world in Minecraft. This is part 2, and in this one, we're going to be finishing off laying out the entirety of Fazbear Hills and Choppy Woods. I didn't put this guy in. If you want to, you can. You can see where he is once we get there, but I'll try to remember in the next part. I should. All we have left, though, for this area is the buildings, and I guess armor stands, but I'm probably doing those later. We'll see. Anyway, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alright, so to start off, I want to finish this section we were working on the right side here, kind of going up, and then we'll probably get to the middle, I guess the rest of the grass section, after we get kind of the bottom right, and I guess some of the top done, actually, because it'll bleed into that. You want to start by getting out the following. Stripped oak logs. You will need a command block again, just kind of as a preemptive thing. A bamboo pressure plate, skeleton skull, polished andesite, stone button, light gray shulker box, spruce fence gates, and an andesite stair for not very long. We're probably going to use it, get rid of it, and then get it out later again when we need it. So from this kind of area that we're at, I want to start from the back left stripped oak log. And again, as I say this, make sure that you're leaving the gaps of 1 between each segment that we're making. That will apply pretty much for this entire thing. There are some where it's going to be weird because of like trapdoors and things. But I mean, for the most part, that's what it is, just leaving gaps of 1. But from this like back left stripped oak log left of it, you're placing a polished andesite with a stone button off the front. Again, don't forget that gap. Light gray shulker box on top of the andesite, and then left of that, you'll have an andesite stair facing right. You can get rid of literally all the materials you just used, and I'm going to move the fence gates forward and also get out spruce fence, lime concrete powder, and as a maybe, I'm going to say spruce signs. I think we will need them, but I'm not sure. From this andesite stair behind it, you'll place a spruce fence with 2 lime concrete powder on top. That should be fairly obvious. Behind that, in the floor, a command block with a bamboo pressure plate on top. You'll have to crouch to place that pressure plate. Right of that, a tree, which is the fence with the 2 concrete powder. Right of that, another one. Let me make sure. Yep. In front of that, you'll have the 2 spruce fence gates on top of each other, open either forward or backward, with a lime concrete powder on top. Right of, not the tree you just made, but the one behind that, you'll have a log, stripped oak log, which you'll bring back by 3. Each of those back 3, you'll extend right by 1 each, and then from there, the back 2, you'll extend right by 2 each, to kind of give you this shape. Out of those 2 rows, the front row, you'll bring right with a stripped oak log that is 3 tall. You'll then extend that one forward by 1 and extend either of those right by 3. You will, again, stick over a little bit here. You'll be, at least for me, I'm in line with the blue grid, but it's second block off of the side of that. When we do this section, we're going to fill it with a random block, and then we're going to remove that block, probably. I will give you alternatives for that. That's not important yet. I just want to mention that so you're prepared for it a little bit. Anyway, from this kind of back area, I want to take this particular kind of corner stripped oak log on the inside. And again, from it, it'd be a diagonal tile over, forward and right, or you just count forward diagonally right by 2, place a stripped oak log. In front of that, you'll have a command block with a bamboo pressure plate on it, just kind of here. And then you would leave a 3 block gap right of that and place a stripped oak log with a skeleton skull facing to the right on top. As you can see, it looks like this. And everything should be kind of appropriately shaped there. Congrats, that's actually that section done. What is this opening, though? I should figure that one out. Oh, just a whole lot of trees. That's cool. I'm going to wait on those, then. You can get rid of the command block and the bamboo pressure plate. Keep your command block somewhere safe. Just don't have it in your hotbar. Also, actually, the skeleton skull. And get out dark oak fence, dark oak signs, and we'll we'll get back out andesite stairs, and I guess we'll just leave this slot open. I am sorry in advance for this. You all are going to hate this if you're not on PC, because it's just awful, frankly. From this row of, this back row of logs here, not that backmost one, the kind of one to the right here, just to the right of this tall log, actually, it'll be this one, and behind it you'll place an andesite stair that should face right. Behind that, you'll have a dark oak fence. This is where the fun begins. On top of that, you want a dark oak sign. Dark oak sign pointed mostly forward, but a little bit to the right. And then on top of that, the same thing, but pointed to the right instead of the left. Did I say right the first time? It's supposed to be left on bottom, right on top. It could be inverted if you want. But when you look from above, it should kind of give you this. Looks like a railroad crossing sign. Two alternatives here. You can get rid of the sign and control block pick it to get it out. Oh, it gave me two, that's why. And it'll give you this one with plus data. If you don't have that option and you're not playing with a keyboard, you can do a structure block file, and I'll explain that real quick. If you place the structure block diagonally like here, you can go into it and you can make both the X and the Z 1, and the Y, I guess, can stay 5. And then you have to figure out the offset. In this situation, it would be, I think, 1 and 1 for X and Z, and then Y does not need to change. It actually shouldn't change. And as you can see, it'll give you this. The signs don't load in, that's fine. But when you label it G, and if I were to, like, basically back diagonally right 2 from that, I'll have another one. I can load G, and it'll place just like that. And it'll also remove the structure block. That is an option if you want to do that. If you do not know how to get out a structure block, by the way, it is /give at a structure, that's a stray spawning, structure underscore block like so. I'm just going to do them by hand, and I'll probably kind of place all the fences first so you know where they are, and then we'll have to do the signs after. So then you can kind of more methodically do it your way. But it's not fun. I realize that. But it was the best design I could come up with that actually looked good. So, you know, you take your unfortunate circumstances. Anyway, from that tree, you're counting back diagonally left 2 and having another one. Then from that back diagonally right 2 and another one. And this part is going to be annoying because it's floating, so maybe actually just use the stripped oak log since it's right there. You will place 2 placeholders to the right, 1 back, and then place another fence. Is that correct? That should be correct. Yes. Then just directly right of that, you'd have another fence with that gap. Then you would have one behind that and another one right of that. So you kind of have this funny little chip going. You can place all the signs now if you want for these. Or you can wait if you do have to do them the more unfortunate way, which is just having to place each sign and then click out of it. It's annoying regardless. And good news for you, there's 2 whole sections that use these. Actually, 3. I forgot about the graveyard. Graveyard uses it, the snowy field uses it, and so does the Halloween DLC. So, yeah, have fun. Anyway, hold on, I need to give myself a sword. That was a really random thing. Anyway, from the back row of the logs here, the leftmost one, behind it you're placing a spruce fence with 2 lime concrete pattern on top. Right of that, a spruce fence with the spruce signs on it the same way that you did the other ones. Place these now because, yes, if you would also like, you can actually mark this with a beacon. Where is beacon? There it is. Like, you can just place one on top. I'm going to because it's important to make sure that we remember these are here because I will forget if we don't mark them. So, yeah, back diagonally right 2 from that, though, you'd place another tree. And then from that one, same thing, stripped oak log this time, though. Which should be 3 away from this tree in total of gap. It should have, would be 1 tile away, I guess. From that log, you want to count back by 4 and right by 2 and place another one there. From that one, almost same thing. You're counting back 4 and left 2 and placing another one. From that one, you're actually counting left 4, and both from this block, you would go forward 2, place 1, and back 2, place 1. Like so. Left of each of those, you would again leave a gap of 3 and place a spruce fence with your 2 concrete batter on top. I feel like I want to get the windmill out of the way, but I don't know what we would get rid of. Predicaments. From the backlog here, we can actually just get rid of, or do the rest of the logs and trees here. You want to again count back 4 and right 2 and place a log, which should give you this kind of shape. As you can see, there are 3 blocks there, I guess would be the difference. And then from that one, you want to count back, or I guess I'm going to say left 4 and back 2 and place a log. And then from this point, it's just a normal, like, every other block. So left of that, you would have 4 logs, each a block apart. Bring the middle one forward by 1 and then extend that one right. And bring each of those 5 back by 1 each, and then extend an additional 3 to the right. Pretty much the whole back row is being brought back, except for if you started from the left, you would actually place 2 going right, then leave 2 open, and then place the final 4. Like so. From the kind of front right log here, you would again count forward diagonally right 2, and on this block, you'd place a dark oak fence. Right of that, another one, with again the gap. In front of that, an andesite stair facing right. Right of that, a fence. And then you would have the same kind of forward diagonally right 2 that you're counting, and place a fence twice from that one, which would give you this kind of. So you have 4 dark oak fences in a diagonal line here, as you can see. Who dare? Okay. On top of each of those, you'll do the signs again. If you didn't do those yet, I would do them all now, just because, yes, you know. Okay, they gotta be done. And I think these are the final ones of these trees in this section. Yes. Yeah, I don't think there's any more in general here. Get rid of everything but your spruce fence, lime concrete powder, and andesite stairs. And I got rid of the spruce fence. That's awkward. I'm going to move all of it forward, so I have spruce fence, lime concrete powder, andesite stairs in that order. And in addition, I forgot. That's good. I definitely had a plan. I don't anymore, though. Polished andesite. Stone buttons. Oh, yeah, the windmill. Light gray shulker boxes. We're already deep in this one, though. Pale oak fence. We're going to be a material or 2 short. Andesite walls. And we'll go mangrove fence. Out of all of these kind of just logs everywhere, I want to take, is it this one? I think it is, yes. Kind of these furthest left ones that are spread apart, this front one, and extend up with 3 pale oak fence, and then an andesite wall. Bring that wall forward, and extend that front one up and down with mangrove fence. I'll get rid of the mangrove fence and get out pale oak fence gates and place them on the sides of the wall. So the plan right now, I think, is to finish off most of the forest, whether that take this part or a little bit in the next part, and then we'll do all of the buildings in here, and then we'll move on to whatever the next section will be. So, starting from... Wait, that's a good question. These 2 trees we kind of placed here that are just here, from this back one, I'm going to count to the left by... Wow, you would have never guessed it. 4... And then from this block, again, you would count back 2 and forward 2 and place trees on either block there. And then you'd actually take that middle block again, and between them you'd count left by 4 and place another tree from it. So it'll give you this kind of shape. Some trees in this will not follow the grid, but we're not worried about those just yet. You'll see them when we get there. The logs at the back here, to the left of the front 2, you will place 2 trees each. I'm just going to place the fences for now, and once we get like a certain amount, I'll start placing concrete just per section for the concrete powder. Extend the front 2 fences left by, or the front fence row left by 2, and then extend each of those 4 forward by 1. I will then extend that row left an additional 3. And then we'll have a mine shaft here. But I'll bring the leftmost 5 fences of that row forward again. And this is where we have one that is off of the grid. If you take this kind of back left fence, you will count back 2 left by 1. And going left, you're placing 2 fences next to each other like that. And then we're going back to doing gaps. So left of that, you'll place 3 more fences, again with the gaps. And out of the, ignoring this kind of extra one on the right, you're going to just take these middle 3 and extend each of them back with a single fence. Like so. Middle one of that I'll bring back, and then the left one I'll have a diagonal one back from it, like so. The leftmost 2 fence I'll bring forward by 5 each. This is going to get real confusing real quick. And then from that frontmost one I will have to the right of it a polished andesite, and you know the drill, stone button on the front, like right shulker box on top. Behind that an andesite stair facing right. Behind that another fence. Right of both the chest, or the shulker box, and the stair, you're going to have 3 spruce fences going over. And the front one I'll bring right again. Then from that one I'll go forward one, and kind of almost do a zigzag with this. You're going just back diagonally right by 1 with a fence, forward diagonally right, back diagonally right, forward diagonally right, like this. You can see they're very enclosed. This is to do with the windmill, but I don't know why. And then behind that end fence, I'll just have a gap of 1, again, with the fence behind there. And then again, just back to normal gaps, right of that another fence. From the fences kind of to the left of this weird shape, it should be this row of 4 from the shulker box. I'm going to take the second one from it and bring it forward with a fence. To the left of the shulker box, this particular fence is being brought forward with an andesite stair and then another spruce fence. This one might be a mistake, actually. Well, not that. You'll see in a sec. Those fences you'll bring left and right by 1 each. And also, each of them are forward with, again, no gap. I think this is a structure blocking error, but I'm adding it anyway. Or it might be something with the row that I did. I don't know. But anyway, back to doing the gaps. From the left one, you'll just kind of... I guess actually you'll place an andesite stair left of that fence. Get rid of, I guess, the pale oak fence gates and get out black concrete. And left of that particular fence, you'll place a black. In front of it, 2 fences, and behind it, 5 fences. We'll go a little bit more, why not? From the front one, you want to extend... Actually, either the front one's left by 3 each. That is not right. There we go, like that. The back one of those 2 I'll bring left with a black concrete, and then 3 more fences. And the front one I will bring left with 4 fences, a black concrete, and then 3 more fences. The fences to the left of this black, each of these 3 I'll bring back by 1 each. And then you kind of have 2 rows of 3 here that have emerged. This black concrete kind of cuts that also. It's just either side of, I guess, this actually black, the one we would have just placed. The outermost 2 fences you want to bring on both sides of this back by 4. Which will look... yeah, like this. Cool, we do have different stuff here, but we don't have the materials for that, and I can't be bothered yet. I'm going to try to enclose off this whole side here, like where we're at right now, and then we can bring all the concrete powders up just for a second. To the, again, the, I guess, right more row of 3, this one, you want to take the outer row of 2, or outer row out of the 2 rows, and take the, it'd be this fence, the second one back, and you'll extend it right with 2 fences. You can see you just want to make sure you have a good amount of space around this black concrete, or at least behind it in this case. You'll bring either of those fences back an additional 1, and then the leftmost one of those 2 you will bring back by 4. On this right side, the rows of 2 we added, you'll bring back an additional 1. I don't know why this side is further back, but it is. Of this longer row, the back 2 fences you'll extend right by 1 each. And then you'll take the, I guess, center row of the 3 and bring it forward with a black. Bring the other side forward with a fence. Extend that fence right by 1. And then this one you'll bring back 1 and also forward 3. And according to my calculations, that's that little section done, unless there's something else kind of weird going on. This goes forward and almost connects into, well, it does connect into the stripped oak over there, but I'm not worried about all that. I'm just going to start by bringing each fence up with 2 concrete powder. Hopefully everyone's having a good day or night. Did I say that yet? I don't think I did. I am for the most part. If I didn't, it all blends together. This is my first video of the day, recording wise, and I still can't know. Also, bring either black or each black concrete up by just 1. That is important, and that'll help us later once we do this, which probably won't actually be this part, believe it or not. I don't think it will be. I think it's gonna be like beginning of next part, because I'm just trying to get like the whole forest laid out here, and then we'll start next part by finishing whatever we have to, and then from there we're gonna go into doing the buildings, which would be a nice break. That's probably how we'll do it. We'll finish each area off like with this stuff, and then we'll do buildings, just to make it a little bit, break it up, I guess, for 1, and for 2, it's just, I don't know. Keep it more consistent so you kind of know exactly where we're going. I don't know. Anything fun to share? I don't think so. Just doing this. This is fun because I'm currently recording at the time of this. Well, actually, I guess it would still be going. I have Indigo Park going, and I have this that I just started, and now I think there's going to be another one coming in fairly soon, which is another major tutorial, so I'm going to have 3 going at once. It's going to be real fun for me, but you guys probably won't see all 3 at the same time. I think either this or Indigo will finish before I start the other one publicly. But I'm going to have to start recording it sooner rather than later, because I do want to be ahead when it starts uploading publicly. Because if I'm not, I know I'm going to fall behind. Because it's definitely not one that's going to be, like, quite as easy as this, I guess. This is a lot of numbers and a lot of talking, but it is overall not hard. Anyway, it should look like this. Nice. Carrying on from the left side, where we have this black concrete that is kind of pushing the edge here. You want to bring the 4 trees to the right of it, each forward by 2, actually. I thought it was going to be 1, but no, it's 2. And then extend that full row of 2 just continually through this until you reach the end of this line, and then you'll extend it an additional 2 fences over. Then in front of that from the left side, you will start by going across with what should be a row of 7 trees. And then an andesite stair facing right. You can then get out spruce fence gates in place of, I guess, your polished andesite. And starting from this side, you will do 2 fences. And then you would have 4 spruce fence gates that are pointed left to right. I'll open them to the left as well. And then that's actually that row. Next row, it'll be 2 fences, another fence gate pointed to the right, and then 2 fences and an andesite stair facing right. Next row forward is exactly the same, only difference is you don't have the stair at the end. The next row would be the same again, except you'll have another tree at the far right. So you'd place 3 trees here instead of 2. And then the next row is just 5 fences going across. I might advise getting rid of your stone button and getting out lime concrete and bringing this fence here in line with these fence gates up with 2 lime concrete. I won't forget about this one because this is the Halloween DLC one, so I'm not going to forget. But you'll bring that whole row of 5 trees forward an additional 2 times. But yeah, I want to bring that up now so I don't have to be like, go find this tree and bring it up, you know? It's just easier this way. Oh, brother. Huh? Oh, I see. Never mind. I thought it was the rock here, but it's not. Get rid of your andesite walls and get out stripped oak log, because apparently they're back. The mill 3 trees you will extend forward twice. Two things, though. The front right tree is brought up with 2 lime concrete. Again, another glitched one. Technically, that one isn't glitched or different. The only reason I make it different is because it's just better to find that way. And from the back row of fences out of these rows of 3, you'll have a stripped oak log to the right. Next row forward, the left 2 fences you'll bring forward. Right of that, an andesite stair again facing right, and then right of that, another fence. And extend that fence forward by 1 and bring that one left and right by 1 each. Extend the left 2 fences forward by 2 each. And then take the rightmost fence and extend forward with a stripped oak log. Right with the fence. Forward with an andesite stair facing right. I don't actually know what to do here. Because I want to get this placed. Get rid of your lime concrete, light gray shulker boxes, pale oak fences, and black concrete. And get out a block of redstone. Red shulker boxes, wow, I overcompensated for that. And bamboo button. In the direct center of this gap, you're placing a block of redstone with a bamboo button off the front. Red shulker box on top. We will eventually replace these on the ceiling as well, at least the shulker box, because you end up accessing these from the top, so it's like kind of, it's just weird, I don't know. But yeah, I figured I would mention that. Before I forget, head kind of back to this section on the left, this kind of end row of grass, and you want to make sure you're in line with the second to last tree, which is going to be this one on the left, and just trace it over, and on the final grass you'll place a fence. You can also confirm that the gap between those is 5. Behind this fence, you're actually just placing continuous fences until you're, I want to say, on the second to last grass, because you wouldn't be able to go further than that. Yes, that is correct. Cool. You can't see these, but they're here, and I'm not sure why they're here, but they are. I used, like, the FNAF wiki or whatever, and it just has a full map of the FNAF world thing, and it had that on there, so I added them. No questions asked, just added. Let's start to kind of deal with the middle. So if you take this fence behind the andesite stair, that is just to the left of this red chest, you want to leave a gap of 3 going right, just counting it, and place a stripped oak log. Behind that one, you'll have another gap of 3 and place another one. And also from that same log, you'll go right 4, forward 2, log. And then in front of that, you'll leave a gap of 3 and place another one. I'm shocked I didn't place that one if I placed the lever, but whatever. Kind of between those 2 logs you just placed, if you take the center block, you will count to the right by 4 and place a log. Now it's just back to the same stuff we know and love. Right of that, you'll have 4 more logs. The center one you'll bring forward. The right 4 you'll bring backwards. And then from there, extend right with just 2 spruce fence. Forward with a log from that front fence. Bring this full back row back with fences, which should be 6 in total if you do want a number. And then left of that, a stripped oak log. Same thing again, full row of fences behind that row. Which will also extend right an additional 1 and left an additional 3. You'll be awfully close to these 2 logs as well when you do that. You will take the leftmost 8 fences and bring them back again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 8 is there. I would then leave 2 open and place another one behind the... Actually, it'd be behind, not the end one, but the one before. It would be a gap of 1, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong row. Behind this log here, you'll have a fence. You would have a gap of 3 left of it and place another, just kind of because that's there. And then, oh, no way. Right of that, you would have also just 4 fences. Whoopsies. There we go. Now you can leave 2 fences open and the next fence you'll bring back. Also from this row of 5, the rightmost fence, I would just count back diagonally right 2 and pop another one in there. From this row, the left 3 fences I'll bring back by 1 each, and you know the drill, extend that row an additional 1 to the left. Bring that row of 4 back twice. Ignore the kind of separate guy over there that would be in line with that row. And then from there, you'll just extend an additional 1 to the right from that back row. Why are there just trees everywhere? Great question. From the middle fence here, you want to count back by 2, and not on this block, but both left and right of it, you'll have fences. Again, it's going to be off the grid. It is what it is, frankly. I don't have much to say. But from those fences, you'll go kind of back diagonally out with another fence. Gap of 2 behind that, and another fence. This is, again, around a windmill. I don't know why the windmills are so cursed, but they are. From the back right fence, you want to count back by 4, and right 2 and place a fence. You will then count right 4, another fence, and then right of that you'll have 3 more with the gaps between. Another one behind that. This part is fairly normal. And then from that one you will actually count left by 4, who would have guessed, and back to fence. That should be that part. From the I'm going to say, like, these 2 fences, the furthest left ones, of this little kind of cluster back here, if I'm between them, I'll count forward 2, and a side stair facing right. In front of that, just another fence. Again, make sure you leave the gap. Forward diagonally, right of that, I'll have a fence. Again, leave that gap. In front of that, and a side stair facing right. Yeah, we can work around from the back side here, so if you take this row of 4 fences, the furthest right one, you will again count kind of forward diagonally right and place a fence here. Well, it'll be right forward diagonally right too. You'll count 4, or place another one in front, that is a fence. And then 2 to the right of either one of those. From this front right fence, I will leave a gap of 3 going right and place an and a side stair facing right. So I guess, again, I guess a tiles gap. From this now row of 3 fence, the middle one you'll bring forward and then extend right 2. The right 2 fences I'll extend forward by 2 each, and then out of these 2 rows I'll take the first row we placed and place an and a side stair to the left, and the front row plus a spruce fence to the right. The middle fence you'll extend forward with 2 fences, the right one forward with 1, and the left one forward with an and a side stair. Huh? That's not how that's supposed to work, but whatever. It changed directions, literally. From that frontmost fence, you want to leave a gap of, it should be 5. Yes, leave a gap of 5 going left, and on the 6th block, place a fence. From that one, count back 4 and left 2 and place another fence. Wow, there's going to be a lot of filling. We might as well just finish it, though, because we're, like, basically there. Right? Yeah. So, on the kind of right side here, or not on the right side, but on this side over here, you'll have this row of 5 stripped oak logs at the kind of, or from the actual Choppy's Woods area. The center of those 5 you will bring back. Right with a fence. And also that same log back with, oh, that's more than a couple, 6 fences. The front 3 fences each brought left by 1. The back 3 each brought right by 1. And then out of this, the like back 3, this front one, I'll again forward diagonally right have a fence with that gap. We're almost there, I swear. From this front stripped oak log here, kind of further right, it's the side portion of Choppy's Woods, kind of just, you can see where I am. You will left of that place 2 fence and then a stripped oak log. That stripped oak log, you want a lever on top of, which you can grab out, and again, it should point to the left. Each of those trees, you will bring back by 8. If you can, you might, no, I think you can, never mind. Yes, you will be able to, and it'll actually fill in this area, like, entirely, as you can see. The backmost fence I'll extend left, back by 3, actually. And then each of those back 3 I'll extend left by 1 each. The front fence I'll then bring left again. And then behind that, an andesite stair facing right. We're almost there. We're getting there. These two trees we already have placed when we were doing Choppy's Woods. Either of them you will extend back by just 2 each. You will take this back left fence and extend back and then left. Either of those I will extend back by 1 each, and then extend that right with 1 and left with 1. And then left of that, you'll have another polished andesite thing, so I'll get rid of the redstone stuff that we use to make the red chest and get out polished andesite, or get back out, I guess. Stone buttons and light gray shulker boxes. And hopefully it should be ingrained in your brain already. Polished andesite, stone button on the front with a light gray shulker box on top. You don't need the shulker box if you don't care about adding the things in the chest. You can just do this, but I kind of like how it looks with the shulker box on top anyway, or at least I'm used to it. Anyway, behind that one, you'll place 2 fences. Extend right 2, forward, right 2 again. And I will also fill in this kind of gap to the left. But from that furthest right fence, I will count back diagonally right by 2 and place 1. And then from this fence here, you'll place another one behind. To the right of that, you'll actually have an andesite stair as well. And left of it, you would have a gap of 3 and then another fence. From that one, you'll count left 4, back 2, place another fence. And that will actually, if you counted left 4 and back 2 again, you would be where that tree is, which is cool. Also from that one, though, you would count left 4 and forward 2, fence. Left 4, forward 2, fence. And then left of that, you would have 3 more, each a block apart from each other. They extend either of those, or each of those 4 forward by an additional 1. And then the left 2, you'll bring forward again. From this left one, you will just place 2 fences forward diagonally right, going like so. As you see, there's no gap or anything, they're just there. Also from the, out of this, like, front row of 4, you'll take this right one and count forward diagonally right 2, fence. Then place 2 in front. From either of those front 2, you'll place 2 to the right. And that should be that done. Is that all of it laid out? I can probably tell you by looking at it. Yes, I think so. That looks pretty correct. Yes. Now, I'm going to wait to bring up the trees because I want that to be the end of the part. So we are going to wait a second. Just get rid of really everything, actually, and get out the following. You want andesite, andesite slabs. That's where andesite stairs are used, right? Yes. So andesite stairs as well. Black concrete and oak trapdoors. I think I'm gonna finish off all of the layout, which will include that back section. Maybe getting the carnival things or the tents in. This funny little section here at the back, it's almost like a perfect square where it looks like something should be, because there should be something there. Where you have these 2 trees directly next to each other. From the left one, you're going to place a andesite block in front with a slab on top, I think. Yes. In front of it, you'll have 2 andesite going up with a slab on top. Extend that top slab left with 2 blocks, and then a stair facing left. Then go down with 2 andesite. Fill in the middle with black concrete. Have oak trapdoors in front of the black concrete that are open to the kind of sides. More oak trapdoors above. And then you'll go behind each row from the left from the left side, you'll go up with a block and then a stair facing left. Row to the right, you'll go up with 2 blocks and then a stair facing back. Row to the right, 2 blocks and then a slab. Cool. The other thing that I wanted to do is, other than the tents, I guess, get rid of all of that and get out sandstone, doesn't matter what kind. Sandstone walls. Magenta terracotta. Lime terracotta. Waxed weathered copper trapdoor. Cherry pressure plate. Really wish we had a copper pressure plate. And powdered snow buckets. Why are the... Never mind, actually. That is fixed. I feel like that was originally in the copper stuff. All of it was, even though it shouldn't have been. Anyway, on the left side where we have this kind of gap, where there definitely should be something, there is something, you want to take the back row of trees on the left, this row of 2, and to the right in the floor place a sandstone. Again, make sure you leave the gaps. You'll place 3 behind, 2 to the right, 3 in front, which will give you this shape. Not the backmost ones, but 1 row forward, you'll bring those andesite, or sandstones, sorry, up by 1 each, like so. Extend each sandstone up with 2 sandstone walls. And then the back 2 corner ones, you'll place lime terracottas on top of, along with these outermost ones on these sides. The rest of them, you'll place magenta terracotta on top. On top of each top magenta, you'll place a cherry pressure plate. I guess on top of each magenta, there's no top and bottom here. And then you'll place waxed weathered copper trapdoors on the lime terracottas. Between these backmost magentas, you'll place 2 powdered snow extending up, and then the bottom one you'll bring forward. That is the Scott Cawthon thingy. Okay, 2 more things, and then we're done for the part. Clear your inventory and get out crimson trapdoors, mangrove trapdoors, crimson stairs, mangrove stairs, and conduit. I don't know why I grabbed it in that order. So these 3 tents are all the same, the ones that are kind of connected. The one where we just are is mangrove instead. But basically, again, on the sides of these blacks, you're placing your trapdoors open against them. Again, these 3 are crimson. This one on the left is mangrove. Well, okay. My trapdoors, man. You could also use shelves if you wanted. I don't think they were out when I made this, actually. And then on top of each top black concrete, you'll place a crimson stair facing forward. Again, this left one is now a mangrove stair. And then for each of them, it is the same with the conduit on the very top. Cool. You can clear your inventory again, and you just need spruce fence gates and lime concrete powder to finish this off. So, you should know the drill. The only thing that I guess is weird about this is, again, each fence gate you want to bring up with another fence gate, and then just 1 lime concrete powder. But each fence is going to be brought up with 2. And that will be the part done. So if you do not care to watch the end here, you can get out of here. But I will probably do some of this on and then some of that off. But yeah, I guess that's the in-between parts task or the right now task. It's not going to take terribly long. It's not exactly fun by any means, but yeah. That's not bad. I mean, that's pretty much, technically speaking, 2 areas finished. I mean, give or take. Obviously, the buildings aren't done yet, but they aren't really bad. So we're going to probably do dusting fields next, and then we'll do Lily Gear Lake. I would love to get the lake out of the way. And then we'll do... Probably, I would imagine I'd want to do both mines simultaneously. When I say simultaneously, I mean back-to-back, not actually at the same time. I guess. But... we'll see. I guess I could do them at the same time, technically. That'd be stupid, though. But, yeah. The reason we're going to do all the locations next to each other is we can actually make sure that way that the map is correct in the sizing. And then, yeah, we can go from there. This will definitely be a very strange tutorial for the rest of the way. It shouldn't be too long. I mean... like, this is probably... I think this is the biggest area in space, other than maybe the 1 mine. But the mines aren't going to be bad anyway. It's just going to be bad getting the layout of them, but honestly, in them, there's not a ton going on. It's not as chaotic as this, at least. But, yeah. That's why I did start this one during IP, rather than waiting till I'm, like, way late in IP. Because I knew it wasn't going to be too long, so... plus, I wanted to get it done before the monster PPT-3... comes around the corner. Because you know that is going to be... I'm going to be fearing for my life during that, probably. But, yeah. I should be able to get it finished before that, but I don't know. who knows anymore? Hey, if I'm doing 3 simultaneously, I'm doing 3 simultaneously. You know what I mean? If I'm doing 4, I'll do 4. That might be pushing it a little bit, actually, but if it happens, it happens. And then I got the SpongeBob tutorials, too. I started way too much in just, like, the month of January alone. But, you know, it's okay. It's part of the fun, am I right? Is that all of this side? Yes. So, okay, not a ton left. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I hate about those signs, is they don't load in from very far away. It doesn't actually matter, though. Because of the camera command, everything will load in within the camera. So it's not like you're going to be looking from like here and be like, those signs don't exist, you know? I mean, I can see them from here, but you get the point. At least. I don't know. I did think about making this entirely functional, like fights and stuff too, but I don't even know how to approach that, frankly. I'm not smart enough for all that. I probably could if I tried, but... Well, I guess doing it in vanilla Minecraft is one thing, like with no resource packs or anything, that would be challenging. And I also don't know how to do resource packs, which would be the problem B for that, I guess. But, you know, getting the teleporters and at least having you be able to navigate the map while looking like it's FNAF World is good enough for me. This map in a... Like, you can see already, like, in a 2D perspective, it just kind of looks weird. It's not, I don't know, it's not an area I'd want to be walking around in. Wow, this... Filling in the trees is going to make this part long, that's crazy. I'm just going to finish them at this point, who cares? So, yeah. Hopefully, by this point, the days of the week for this would be established. Whatever days you know, these were uploaded, these 2 parts, or 1 part, it might only be 1 a week. I'm not really sure yet. Because, I mean, if I have... Batum will be done by this point, so I'm not worried about Batum, but... Indigo Park's 2, Batum is 2. If I have this as 2, and then whatever else is 2, like, it's gonna... I'd like at least some city tutorials. I think for now I'll probably end up doing 2, and then it might switch to 1. If it finishes, or if it's on track to finish before IP. Because I could do 1 a week and then focus on other things. Like the SpongeBob ones. I got so many, like, city kind of, not city tutorials, but just 1-parters that I really want to get out, and I just haven't been able to because it's been one thing after another that have been more important. Anyway, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is FNAF World Part 2 complete. And that's also Fazbear Hills and Choppy Woods entirely laid out, which is exciting. If your grass isn't correct, by the way, I'll explain this more in the next part. But we will know because, like, these sections, I will point this out as we start dusting fields and Lily Gear Lake, just like how far over areas should be and where the line should be. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.